Good Friday morning, everyone. It's a busy week for earnings, and we are here on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange with Jim Cramer. Jim, we were talking earlier, it's an everything but bank rally.
It's a huge retail rally, and a lot of that is, as I was talking to my friend Jim Stewart, one of my oldest friends, we just started saying all these stories about how bad China is for the consumer, all these stories about how disruptive, they are not resonating with the actual individuals. These retail stocks are saying that the retail environment remains incredibly strong, that the consumer is strong, the Costco rally, the Home Depot rally, the Best Buy rally. So it is one of those situations where the narrative of how much tariffs are costing people is not being reflected. Now, we own Kohl's. It's time to buy Kohl's. They can shift their whatever they have made in China. I said that the stock on our conference call, I said the stock could trade down. They're going to shift whatever's made in China for the private label. Other places if they have to. Nordstrom's obviously been a winner this week, but I am impressed because the companies that are most related to Chinese risk in retail are thriving here. Perhaps everyone's short Five Below. Is that what happens? There's a huge amount of merchandise made in Five Below that's made in China. Maybe that's what's going on, is that many people are too short. So I think FinTech's going to rally too. So I am amazed at the strength of retail in the face of the media saying it should be down.
And we just crossed 2,800 in the S&P 500, important technical level.
There's a lot of tech that's rallying. You've got the Boeing kind of names that are rallying, meaning that once again, my theory that China's going to blink is very much in play. No one believes it except for me, and I don't give a damn.
Well, I mean, that's what we appreciate, the honest opinions.
What the hell? I've been around for a long time. I don't play for dinner.
Jim, let's talk about the banks. JPMorgan is real money's stock of the day. Get your quick take.
JPMorgan should be higher. I mean, look, the XLF, the banks, they all trade in unison. It was a beautiful quarter for JPMorgan. I want people home to understand this. There's probably 20 important lines, 20 important different things to look at in a bank earnings call. 2 were bad for JPMorgan out of 20. 2. So those who decided that those 2 are more important, they sell. And they sell it down to 105. They sell it down to 106. I'm sure they'll sell it down to 104 if they have the chance. They'll sell it down to 103. And then there's 18 that are good. Today is the day that the 2 resonate to the XLF and send it down. Now, was Citi perfect? Citi was okay. Should it be down? Well, it's down from 80. I mean, you could argue you're going to be selling right into their buyback. I don't like to do that. Wells was not good. PNC was excellent. It was excellent, and I've been very hard on PNC. Wells actually had some more positives than I indicated on the air because that call was a little bit later. But look, I'm not going to play this game. I'm going to tell you that JPMorgan stock is wrong. Okay, it's wrong. And that's okay. Marion Lake did a great job. People are going to nitpick on the yield curve. They're going to say the net interest margin should be higher, but JPMorgan stock should be higher. And I wish we could buy it for action alerts today because we would.
Okay, and we'll get more of Jim's take on JPMorgan and Citi in our actionalertsplus.com video. Please join us after this. And Jim, we know bank earnings tend to set the stage for the rest of earnings season.
Yeah, well, that has been the case. And I think that while the earnings today are reflected negatively, I think we'll look back and say we sold JPMorgan with a 3% yield where they're returning a gigantic amount of capital, and they'll have remorse about it. And there's a lot of different situations where we'll look at Nordstrom holds a conference call, the stock goes to 45, okay? And then it goes to 53, which was right, 45 or 53. I mean, what I'm about is trying to figure out which was right. And I think that JPMorgan, the rally that we're about to get in JPMorgan is right, and the sell-off is wrong.
Jim, you talked about China issues earlier. Last night on Mad Money, you want people to maybe shy away from some of the casino stocks with exposure to China.
Well, look, I have been a big fan of Steve Wynn. He's no longer with Wynn. I've been a big fan of Mr. Adelson. He's still there. But I just think that what we want to do is we want to look at China like this. We think that China is going to I think that China is going to approve MasterCard, Visa to come in, American Express, maybe not even with joint ventures. But if the president then retaliates again, then you're going to have to start thinking about, all right, what's an easy thing for them to say? And the easy thing for them to say is, we're not going to let Macau gambling continue to happen. It's not healthy. And they have a lot of options, the Chinese, to punish us. I do not think, by the way, they're going to punish Starbucks, and I do not think they're going to punish Apple, just for the record.
So with that, maybe stay focused on some of the U.S. gaming stocks.
Yeah, the U.S. gaming stocks are very good. Penn National's good, boy. These are very good companies. And remember, one of the reasons why we did the piece was because of gambling. Gambling is not getting enough credit as a great thesis to invest in.
Okay, Jim, what's on the docket for the Garden this weekend?
Well, you know what, this is, I am not happy with a lot of what I'm growing from seed. It's behind, and oh God, I'm going to say something I shouldn't, but I may have to use Miracle-Gro in the stuff that I'm buying from seed. And you know, we all know that my garden is natural and organic, but sometimes when you see the kind of poultry results you're getting in beans, which always thrive, and with peas, I may have to break it out for that particular part. I will try not to go Miracle-Gro if I can avoid it, but it's in the cards.
Now, where do you get that, Home Depot or Lowe's?
No, I throw the local guy a little business. Yeah, I throw Home Depot some business. When Mr. Blake was running Home Depot, I was Mr. Home Depot. But times change. But the stock of Lowe's is insane here. It trades as if they're suddenly better than Home Depot, and that the company's being run in the ground, and now it's not running in the ground. I think that that's wrong. Just the way I said buy Costco and after hours, when Costco reported that number and people said, ooh, you got to sell the stock. Well, that was wrong. Remember what I'm saying. Stocks are wrong all the time. I know the instant analysis is so powerful. But 3 days from now, I think we'll look at JPMorgan and Citi and say, what were the negatives? What was that? In the same way, the other day I did a piece on Mad Money which said they're selling. The Captain Renault has lined up the usual suspects as a reference to Casablanca, and they're sending Boeing down, and they're sending, and boom, Boeing's all the way back. So let's understand the vibrance of the market. Let's understand that the market, the buyers think that China's going to blink. Let's understand. Here's a great one. Raytheon. So what happened? This actual alert name. Raytheon goes down because Pompeo makes nice with North Korea. And then what does the arms dealer in chief do? He goes to NATO and he says, we want more spending. And everyone initially says, well, that was met with very negative reaction. And then he said this morning, there is going to be a lot more spending. How do they spend the money and be able to make it so that the president is happy? It's Raytheon.
Okay, more information on
Raytheon.
Action Alert stocks.
Raytheon. And remember what I'm saying about the banks. The banks, like a Goldman Sachs, you know what, maybe they send that down again. I mean, you know, there is such a thing as cheap. There is such a thing. Citi at 9 times earnings, that's called cheap. Now, people want Salesforce. I want Salesforce. But I like a balanced portfolio. And I think that Citi is cheap.
Okay, Jim, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much.
Yeah.